My dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilovich, I am extremely glad. Now this is the surprise, my darling. How are you?
Thank you. And how may you be getting on?
We just get along somehow, my angel. To your praise, do now you know you shouldn't forget all about your neighbors, my darling. My dear fellow, why are you so formal in your get-up? Evening dress, gloves, and so on. Can you be going anywhere, my treasure?
No, I've come only to see you. Honor, Stepan Stepanovich.
Then why are you in evening dress, my precious? As if you're paying a New Year Eve visit.
Well, you see, it's like this. I've come to you, Honor, Stepan Stepanovich, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice have I already had the privilege of applying to you for help, and you have always. So to speak, I must ask your pardon. I am getting excited. I shall drink some water. Honor, Stepan Stepanovich.
He's come to borrow money, shan't you? What is it, my beauty?
You see, Honor Stepanich. I beg pardon, Stepan Honorich. I mean, I'm awfully excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though I don't deserve it, of course, and haven't any right to count on your assistance.
Oh, don't go round and round it, my darling. Spit it out. Well,
One moment, this is very minute. The fact is, I've come to ask the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stepanovna, in marriage.
by Jove, Ivan Vasilovich, say it again. I didn't eat her all.
I have the honor to ask.
My dear fellow, I'm so glad and so on. Yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing. I've been hoping for it for a long time. It's been my continual desire, and I've always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son. May God give you both His help, His love, and so on. And I did much hope, what am I behaving in this idiotic way for? I'm off my balance with joy, absolutely off my balance. Oh, with my soul, I'll go and call Natasha and all that.
Honor, Stepan Stepanovich. Do you think I might count on her consent?
Why? Of course, my darling. And as if she won't consent. She's in love, idiot. She's like a lovesick cat, and so on.
It's cold. I'm trembling all over, just as if I got an examination before me. The great thing is, I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I'll never get married. Brr, it's cold. Natalia Stepanovna is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I'm getting a noise in my ears from excitement. And it's impossible for me not to marry. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitation. I am excitable and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling, and there's a twitch in my right eyebrow. But the very worst of all is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit, and lie down again. But as soon as I begin get up to sleep, there's another pull, and this may happen 20 times.
Well, there is you, and Papa say, go, there is Marko come for his God. How do you do even Philippines?
How do you do, Honored Natalia Stepanovna?
You must ask my opponent next this. We're selling pass for crying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. Won't you have some lunch?
No, thank you. I've had some already.
Then smoke. The are the match. The water is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hair have you just used, right? Just think, I feel great and had a whole flight kite, and now I'm not at all pleased about it because I'm afraid my head, my work, I ought to have worded a bit. But what's this? Why you're in evening dress? Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Told Omar say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that?
You see, Honored Natalia Stepanovna, the fact is, I've made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you'll be surprised and perhaps even angry, but it's awfully cool.
What's the matter? Well,
I shall try to be brief. You must know, Honored Natalia Stepanovna, that I have long since my childhood, and in fact had the privilege of knowing your family, my late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land. I always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. The Lomovs and Subukovs have always had the most friendly, and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwoods.
ex my interpreting you. You say my oxen meadows, but are you? But are they yours?
Yes, mine.
What are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours.
No, mine. Honor, Natalia Stepanovna.
Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out?
How? I'm speaking of those oxen meadows, which are what's in between your birchwoods and the burn marsh.
Yes, yes, they're ours.
No, you're mistaken. Honor, Natalia Stepanovna. They're mine.
Just think, even facilities. How long have they been yours?
How long? As long as I can remember.
Really? You won't get me to believe that?
But you can see from the documents. Honor, Natalia Stepanovna. Ocean Meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute, but now everybody knows that they're mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather. in return for which they to to make bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own when it happened that
No, it isn't all like that. But my grandfather and great grandfather recount that their land extended to Bournemouth, which means that Oxen Meadows were ours. I don't see what there is to agree about. It's simply true.
I'll show you the documents, Natalia Stepanovna.
No, you're simply joking or making fun of me. What a surprise! We've had the land for nearly 100 years, and then we suddenly told that isn't ours. Even Vasilevich, I can't help but believe my own earth. The meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 and are worth purpose 3,000 rubles, but I can't stand unfamous. Say what you will, but I can't stand unfamous.
Hear me out. I implore you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now, my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant,
I can make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours, and that's all.
mine,
Ours! You can go on proving it for 2 days, and you can go and put on 15 dirt checks, but I tell you, they're ours. Ours, ours. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give up anything of mine. So there.
Natalia Ivanovna. I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I'll make you a present of them.
I can make you a present of them myself because they're mine. Your behavior even facilitates is trying to say that let's up to the we have always thought of you as good a neighbor, a friend. Last year we lent you our dressing mechanic a thought on the account we had to put of our own wrestling till November, but you behave to us is if we were guiltless, giving me my own land, it then not really that's not all network in my opinion. It's evening if you want to know.
Then you make out that I'm a land grabber? Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land and sent allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Oxen needles are mine,
It's not true. They're ours.
mine.
It's not true. A proof is I sent my mowers out to the meadows this very day.
What?
My mowers will be there this very day.
I'll give it to them in the neck.
You're there?
Oxen needles are mine. You understand? Mine.
Please don't shout out. You can sort yourself first in your but here I must ask you to restrain yourself.
If it wasn't, madam, for this awful, execrating palpitation, if if my whole inside wasn't upset, I'd talk to you in a different way. Oxen needles are mine,
Ours,
mine.
What's the matter?
ours.
Shouting at.
Papa, please tell to this grand man who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he.
Darling, the meadows are ours.
But please, Stepan Stepanich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land for 40 years and got accustomed to it as if it was their own. When it happened that,
Excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that, because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now everybody knows that they are ours. That means you haven't seen the plan.
I prove to you that they're mine.
You won't prove it, my darling.
I saw.
Dear one, why are you like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you were proposed to go on arguing about it, I'd much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you. There,
I don't understand. How have you the right to give away somebody else's property?
you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not. Because, young man, I'm not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice, and so on. I, young man, am twice your age, and ask you to speak to me with agitating yourself and all that.
No, you just think I'm a fool and want to have me on. You call my land yours, and then you want me to talk you calmly and politely. Good neighbors don't behave like that. Stepan Stepanich, you're not a neighbor. You are a grabber.
What's that? What did you say?
Papa, send the mowers out to the meadows once.
What did you say, sir?
Oxen meadows are ours, and I can't give them up. Can't give them up. Can't give them up.
Well, we'll see. I'll have the matter taken to court, and then I'll show you.
To court? You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You're just on the lookout for the chance to go to court and all that. You petite girl. All your people were like that. All of them.
Never mind about my people. The Lomos have all been honorable people, and not one has ever been tried for embezzlement, like your grandfather.
You Lamos have had lunacy in your family. All of you.
All.
Your
Your
grandfather,
grandfather was Your grandfather was a drunkard, and your younger aunt, Natasha Mihalovna, ran away with a narcotic, and so on.
and your mother was humpbacked. Something pulling in my side, my head. Help! Water!
Your father was a guzzling gambler.
And there haven't been many breakfasts to acquire your own.
My left foot has gone to sleep. You are an intriguer. Oh, my heart! And it's an open secret that before the last election you breathe. I can see the stars. Where's my head?
It's low. It's this honey, it's mean.
And you're just a malicious double-faced intriguer. Yes,
Here's my head. My heart. Which way? Where's the door? Oh, I think I'm dying. My foot's quite numb.
And don't set foot in my house again.
Take it to court. We'll see.
Oh, devil, take him.
What a result. What threats can one have in one's neighborhood after that?
The villain, the scarecrow.
The monster priest that takes our land and then he has the impunity to about us.
And that blind hand. Yes, that turnip ghost has the compounded check to make a proposal and so on. What? Proposal?
What proposal?
Why, he came so as to propose to you.
To propose? To me? Why didn't you tell me so before?
So he dressed up in evening clothes, the stuffed sausage, the reason friends from.
To, pro- to propose to me? Ah, bring him back. Ah, bring him here.
Bring him here.
Quick. Uh, I'm feeling fetch him. Um,
What's that? What's the matter with you? Oh, unhappy man that I am, I shoot myself. I hang myself. We've done for her.
I'm dying. Fetch him.
At once, Danielle.
Uh, what have they done to me? Fetch him back. Fetch him.
He's coming, and so on. Devil take him, or talk to him yourself. I don't want to.
Fetch him.
He's coming, I tell you. Oh, what a burden. But to be the father of a grown-up daughter, I cut my throat. I will. Indeed, we crushed him, abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. You.
No, it was you.
I tell you, it's not my fault. Now you talk him yourself.
My heart's palpitating awfully. My foot's gone to sleep. There's something keeps pulling in my side.
Forgive us, even Philippines. We were all the little heart. I remember now. Oxymedos really are yours.
My heart's beating awfully. My middows, my eyebrow are both twitching.
The medals are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. We were wrong.
I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but the principle.
Yes, the principal. Just so. Now let's talk of something else.
The more so as I have evidence, my aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather peasant.
Yes. Let the pass. I wish know how to get him started. Are you going to start shooting songs?
I'm thinking of having a go at the black cook. Honored Natalia Stepanovna after the harvest. Oh, have you heard? Just think, what a misfortune I've had. My dog Gas, whom you know, has gone lame.
What a party! Why?
I don't know, must have got twisted or bitten by some other dog. My very best dog, to say nothing of the expense. I give Mironov 1 to 5 rubles for him.
It was too much, Ivan Pisalovich.
I think it's was very cheap. He is first rate dog.
Papa give best for his and Squeezer is half as better than gas.
Squeezer better than gas? What an idea! Squeezer better than gas.
Of course, he's better. Of course. Squeezer is young. He might double a bit, but on points on credit, he's better than anything that even Popolinsky has brought.
Excuse me, Natalia Stepanovna, but you forget that he is overshoot, and an overshoot always means the dog is a bad hunter.
Overshoot? Is he? The first time I hear it.
I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than the upper.
Have you mastered?
Yes, he is all right at following, of course, but if you want him to get hold of anything,
In the first place, our Squeezer is a taught animal, the son of hands and tails, well, the not getting at the feeling of you dog at all. He's old and as ugly as a one-out shepherd.
he is old, but I wouldn't take 5 squeezers for him. Why? How can you? Yes, it's a dog. As for squeezer, well, it's too funny to argue. Anybody you like has a dog as good as squeezer. You may find them under every bus almost. 25 rubles would be a handsome price to pay for him.
There's some demand of tradition in you, they, Ivan Vasilovich. Please you pattern the make those are yours. Now that best is better than square. Don't like people who don't say what they mean because you know the properly what well that square is 100 times better than you silver. What do you want to say it isn't?
I see, Natalia Stepanovna, that you consider me either blind or a fool. You must realize that Squeezer is overshoot.
It's not true.
He is.
It's not true.
Why should, madam?
Why talk word? It's awful. It's kind of cause what cute and you compare him with Squeezer.
Excuse me? I cannot continue this discussion. My heart is palpitating.
I've noticed that those hunters are great must move notice.
Madam, please be silent. My heart is going to pieces. Shut up.
I sat up until you acknowledge the Squeezer is 100 times better than your guys.
100 times worse. Be hanged to your squeezer. His head, eyes, shoulder.
No need to hang your silly guys. He's half dead already.
Shut up. My heart's bursting.
I shan't shut up.
What's the matter now?
Papa, tell us truly which is the better dog, our Squeezer or his Grace?
Stepan Stepanovich, I implore to you to tell me just one thing. Is your squeezer overshoot or not? Yes or no?
And suppose he is. What does it matter? He's the best dog in the district for all that, and so on.
But isn't my guess better? Really? Now?
Don't excite yourself, my precious one. Allow me, your guest certainly has his good points. He's purebred, firm on his feet, has well-sprung ribs and all that. But my dear man, if you want to know the truth, that dog has two defects. He's old and he's short in the muzzle.
Excuse me, my heart. Let's take the facts. You will remember that on the Marcinski hunt, my guest ran neck and neck with the conduct, while your squeezer was left a hole first behind.
He got left behind because the count whispered and hit him with his whip.
And with good reason. The dogs are running after a fox. When Squeezer goes and starts worrying a sheep.
It's not true, my dear fellow. I'm very liable to lose my temper, and so, just because of that, let's go stop arguing. You start because everybody is always jealous of everybody else's dog. Yes, we're all like that. You too, sir. Are blameless. You know sooner not ties that some dog is better than your guess, than you being with this, that, and the other, and all that. I remember everything.
I remember too.
Remember too what you remember.
My heart, my foot's gonna to sleep. Uh, I can.
My heart, what sort of hunter are you? You ought to go and lie on the kitchen oven the cage break better not go after folks. My heart.
Yes, really. What sort of a hunter are you anyway? You ought to sit at home with your palpitations and not go tracking animals. You could go hunting, but you only go to argue with people and interfere with their dogs and so on. Let's change the subject in case I lose my temper. You're not a hunter at all, anyway.
And are you a hunter? You only go hunting to get in with the con and intrigue. Oh, my heart, you are an intriguer.
What? I am intriguer. Shut up,
Intriguer.
boy. Pop.
All right. Decide.
Shut up or I'll shoot you like a portrait. You fool.
Everybody knows that. Ah, my heart. Your late wife used to beat you. My feet temples. Sparks. I fall. I fall.
Hey, you're the under the slipper of your housekeeper.
There. 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 My heart bursts. My shoulders come off. Where's my shoulder? I die. A doctor.
Boy, look sharp. Fool. I'm sick. Sick.
What sort of a hunter are you? You can't even sit on a horse. Papa, what's the matter with him? Papa, look, Papa, even Philippines is scared.
I'm sick. I can breathe. Air.
He's dead. Even Philippines, even Philippines. What have you done to me? He's dead. A doctor! A doctor!
Oh, what is this? What's the matter?
He's dead. Dead.
Who's dead? So he is. Water. A doctor. Drink this. No, he doesn't drink. It means he's dead. And all that, I'm the most unhappy of men. Why don't I put a bullet into my brain? Why haven't I cut my throat yet? What am I waiting for? Give me a knife. Give me a pistol. He seems to be coming round. Drink some water. That's right.
I see the stars. Miss, where am I?
Hurry up and get married. And, well, to the devil with you. She's willing. She's willing and all that. I give you my blessing and so on. Only leave me in peace.
Eh, what? To whom?
She's willing. Well, kiss and be damned to you.
He's alive. Yes, yes, I'm willing.
Kiss each other.
Kiss whom? Very nice. To excuse me, what is it all about? Oh, now I understand. My heart, stars. I'm happy. Natalia Stepanovna, my foot's gone to sleep.
I'm happy too.
What weight off my shoulder. Oh,
But so you will admit now the that gas is worth to squeezer?
Better.
Worse.
well, that's a way to start your family bliss. Have some champagne.
He's better.
Worse, worse, worse.
Champagne, champagne. Curtain,